if you look at Sabasaba, the original push for multi-party democracies, that is in the 90s, and that was achieved when our retired President Daniel Moi, former president, repealed Section 2A. Now, we move further
of the old constitution.
Yes. We move further and we look at the Constitution 2010. Raila Odinga takes advantage of the Sabasaba Day pretty much to as well keep on pushing for reforms and changes pretty much in the governance of the country, and that continued throughout. Today we see those who celebrate the day as well continue with that push in terms of change that they want to see in terms of governance, some of the civil rights, civic rights that they want to see and enjoy, still push on this day. But one asks the question, throughout this time, are Kenyans, have we gone back to the dark days when protest was illegal, when speaking your voice and pushing for reforms was never allowed? Are we back to the dark days? Because many Kenyans are saying we're still fighting, but we're not being allowed to be heard.
I think I look at it differently. Mm-hmm. For sure, as a country, we have made progress. We have made progress to an extent that today you can even insult the president and you get away with it because it's free speech. Mm-hmm. Today, you can call for a meeting as a political party, as an individual, and you say whatever you want to say, so as long as you're within the law, and you get away with it. Those days, you could not. In fact, during the KANU days, you needed to get a permit. Today, you don't need a permit. Today, you need to inform the relevant authorities that I intend to do this within the confines of the law, Article 37, and you shall proceed. Mm-hmm. I concede that there are certain instances where, as a people, we have not probably exercised those rights within the confines of the law, and that is troubling, particularly where we have seen riots or assemblies becoming chaotic and people are injured, people are arrested for whatever reason. But I want to remind our viewers and listeners that the people of Kenya, when they gave themselves these instruments, these legal instruments, remember the constitution we have today is the constitution that was passed by over 67% of the people. They said, we want the Bill of Rights. And in the Bill of Rights, they also gave themselves part of the constitution, Article 37. Every person has a right to protest, assemble, picket, and present petitions to authorities for as long as they are peaceful and unarmed. That is the condition. That condition when not met, then now it becomes a very dangerous situation, particularly to the police officers and the participants. And that's where we are today. We are struggling as a country with how to exercise the provisions of Article 37, where we are agitating for certain reforms, accountability issues, issues of corruption, issues of, malpractice, wastages, and we go out to the streets and say, okay, fine, we want to present petition to Parliament. But as we do so, we have a genuine cause. But in our cause, we are infiltrated by people taking advantage of the very, very noble cause to cause chaos. The police at that point must now act to protect both life and property. In doing so, we have seen confrontation. Therefore, you can easily say it is a mix of issues. There are genuine cases, but also there are cases that are not genuine in terms of exercising this right and also in terms of expressing ourselves as far as accountability issues are concerned. So I agree with you. There are instances where we seem to be going back, but it is a mix of issues. It is a mix of issues. What is it that we must do as a country to ensure that we are on the trajectory of reform that we'd want to see? Because every time we see things, I'm sure we are not the same way we were in 1990s. We don't want to be the same way 10 years to come, the same way we are today. Kenya must progress. And even this new constitution, the drafters told us that it has got 20% defect. So it means if we're to have a perfect constitution, then there are certain things that we have to do. And maybe as we continue, I'll tell you what the panel is doing about this and what the reform agenda have been proposed by various stakeholders.